Imagine this. Monday Night Raw begins with silence. No commentators at the booth, no referees in the ring, and no superstars ready to fight. October 10, 2011 wasn't just another night in WWE. It was a complete breakdown of order. With the entire roster on strike, Triple H was left to run Raw on his own, standing alone as the face of authority. What followed was a night of chaos, defiance, and loyalty that left a lasting mark on WWE history. This wasn't just a storyline, it was a masterclass in drama, blurring the lines between kayfabe and reality. Today, we're diving deep into one of WWE's boldest moments, the Raw strike of 2011. From the tensions that led to it to the shocking events of the night and its lasting legacy, this is the story of when Raw went silent and chaos reigned. But before we break down the madness of October 10, let's rewind and look at how Raw got to this point in the first place. To truly understand what happened on October 10, 2011, we need to rewind a few months. The story begins in July 2011 when Triple H was appointed as WWE's COO. For years, Triple H had dominated as the game, but now he traded his leather jacket for a suit and tie, stepping into a new role as the leader of WWE's day-to-day operations. Triple H promised to bring order and integrity to WWE, but instead chaos erupted under his watch. Week after week, Monday Night Raw became more unpredictable and dangerous. Superstars like Miz and R-Truth wreaked havoc, attacking referees and their fellow wrestlers with no regard for the rules. Mark Henry went on a rampage, demolishing everything and everyone in his path as he cemented his legacy as the world's strongest man. Even the backstage area wasn't safe anymore, and the atmosphere grew more chaotic by the day. The roster began to question whether Triple H had control of the ship or if he was driving it straight into the ground. The boiling point came on October 3, 2011. Raw ended with a dramatic vote of no confidence. One by one, referees, commentators, and even wrestlers walked out of the arena, leaving Triple H standing alone in the ring. It wasn't just a protest, it was a complete rejection of his leadership. With the roster gone, the WWE Universe wondered, how would Triple H respond? What would happen to Raw without its superstars? The answer came on October 10th, and it wasn't just chaos, it was a night of defiance. Raw began with an eerie silence, no commentary team, no referees, and no roster. The arena felt empty, almost haunting, as if WWE's heart had stopped beating. But then, the COO, Triple H, emerged, and his determination was clear. Standing alone in the ring, Triple H addressed the fans. He didn't apologize, he didn't beg for forgiveness, he doubled down. In a bold and defiant promo, Triple H declared that Monday Night Raw would go on, with or without the roster. And in typical Triple H fashion, he even joked, saying, "If I have to wrestle a broomstick for 2 hours, I'll give you a show." But thankfully, Triple H wouldn't have to wrestle a broomstick. Moments later, the silence was broken as John Cena, Sheamus, and CM Punk arrived. These were the loyalists, the few who refused to join the strike. Each had their own reasons to stay. John Cena said he's here for fans, not for management. Sheamus said he doesn't care about politics and he won a fight, and Punk in his style delivered a sarcastic promo, mocking the strike while declaring that he stayed because he loves wrestling too much to walk out. By the way, despite there being no backstage staff to handle operations, all of them came out to their theme music and full entrance graphics. Who was running the soundboard? Did Triple H pull double duty as COO and DJ? Or did the broomstick step in to handle tech support for the night? Anyway, Raw officially kicked off with a match between Cena and Sheamus. Triple H donned the referee's shirt and CM Punk joined commentary, creating a surreal scene. Just as the night seemed to settle into an odd rhythm, things took a dramatic turn with the arrival of none other than Vince McMahon. The chairman of WWE walked into the arena, and you could feel the tension in the air. Despite the roster's absence, Vince's appearance made it clear that the stakes were about to be raised. Vince interrupted the action to deliver a bombshell announcement. The WWE Board of Directors had decided that Triple H would no longer serve as COO, citing concerns about the financial implications of the strike and his inability to maintain control. The board had effectively overruled the game. In his place, the board named John Laurinaitis as the interim general manager of Raw. This was met with immediate boos from the crowd, who were already less than thrilled with Laurinaitis' robotic demeanor and infamous people power shtick. And let's be real, putting Laurinaitis in charge of Raw was like trying to stop a fire by throwing gasoline on it. One of the biggest consequences of the strike was the reinstatement of Miz and R-Truth, better known as Awesome Truth. The duo had been fired just weeks earlier after their chaotic attacks on referees and superstars, but Laurinaitis brought them back into the fold. Miz and R-Truth immediately resumed their reign of terror, targeting superstars like CM Punk and even aligning themselves against Triple H. John Laurinaitis' tenure as interim GM set the stage for months of power struggles and controversy. His people power gimmick became a focal point of Raw, with his decisions often favoring corporate interests over the integrity of the locker room. This dynamic created a new layer of tension, as superstars like CM Punk, John Cena, and Triple H found themselves at odds with Laurinaitis' authority. After Vince McMahon's announcement, Raw quickly pivoted back to normal programming, abandoning much of the strike storyline's original tension, like nothing had ever happened. The show continued with routine matches, and the strike quickly faded into the background. Instead of capitalizing on a potentially great storyline, WWE chose not to fully explore the deeper conflicts within the roster, instead steering the show back to business as usual. The Raw strike of October 10, 2011 wasn't just a storyline about rebellion. It was a reflection of power, loyalty, and the fine line between chaos and control. In kayfabe, it challenged the leadership of Triple H, tested the loyalty of WWE's superstars, and showed that even in scripted drama, the unexpected can create unforgettable moments. But here's the thing: the story felt unfinished. The strike had all the ingredients for something truly groundbreaking: a divided locker room, a power struggle at the top, and a chaotic atmosphere where anything could happen. Yet, instead of letting these elements simmer and develop, the storyline shifted focus to Laurinaitis' reign as GM. While entertaining in its own right, it lacked the depth and intensity that the strike storyline promised. Imagine if the tension had been stretched out, with more superstars choosing sides, or if Triple H had slowly rebuilt the roster while grappling with his own leadership flaws. There was a potential for something truly legendary, a story that could have rivaled some of WWE's greatest power struggles. Instead, what we got felt more like a setup for Laurinaitis' era than the payoff fans were hoping for. Even so, the strike remains a fascinating chapter in WWE history. It blurred the lines between kayfabe and reality, tapped into real-world themes of workplace rebellion, and gave us one of Raw's most unique episodes. What do you think? Was the strike an iconic moment in WWE history, or just a failed attempt at something more? Let us know in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shaped wrestling history.